Alright friends, Kenji back again for another standard deck tech with another Worlds competitor deck list. Yesterday, or I guess whenever you watched, if you watched the previous one, I did Paulo Vitor Dama de Rosa's Mono Green Aggro. Today we are going to focus on Gabriel Nassif's Grixis Control, Grixis Epiphany deck list. I think this is by far the most represented deck in the Worlds Championship. There are a little bit of variations to this very deck. Some of them are Grixis, some of them are mono red, just straight up blue red, no black. But by far and away, this is the most common archetype, a blue control deck with Epiphany and a bunch of other red cards. So let's take a look at what he's running with. This is, again, Gabriel Nassif's Grixis Epiphany list, but as I mentioned with Paulo's deck yesterday, because this is such a small event, only 16 players, a lot of the players have tested with one another, and so there will be other people with either identical lists, I haven't taken a look at them specifically, or decks very, very similar. But like I said, the Epiphany decks are far and away the most represented. And I wanted to point out one thing. I mean, if you've played any amount of standard, you probably, know the common cards in the main deck here. In fact, I played this quite a bit yesterday against the mono green deck. But the triple Cyclone Summoner in the sideboard is really, really cool. Apparently, you're supposed to like Unexpected Windfall on turn 4 into Cyclone Summoner and do some funny stuff there. But anyways, let's just jump right into some standard matches. As with mono green, I am starting from the very bottom of the totem pole. I started with bronze with mono green, and we played a couple matches with that. So let's go play some matches here now with Gabriel Nassif's Grixis Epiphany deck. Traditional, so this is going to be best of 3. We will be using our sideboards. But yeah, Worlds is currently ongoing, and it's been pretty interesting. They actually did 3 rounds of draft to start, so it's been nice to see some actual limited gameplay, in a high level event again, because it's been a while since we've had that. Let me turn down the noises for you guys. All right, so what do we have? This is a black-red flip-side land. We do have a Celestis. I'm on the draw. I think we can go ahead and keep this. A lot of people were noting on my previous video with the previous mono green video, why did it seem like I was playing such high level opponents in bronze? I don't know if that's a lot to do with your hidden MMR, which means your hidden score, because I have played 2 constructed mythic plenty of times with good win rates, so I don't know if that has some effect on the players that you play, because a lot of times in bronze, you will play against players that are playing, jankier decks or maybe newer players. But from what I've seen, I've played against some very, very good opponents. Anyways, looks like we are playing against a very similar deck. Might just be the blue-red version. And yeah, indeed they are. I think Expressive Iteration's probably going to be my hit here with Duress. I wonder if they're going to go untap land and hold up counter, or if they're just going to like foretell, but the iteration is just too strong. Ends up turning into like a draw 2, too frequently, as well as a filter type effect. Okay, they are going to shock themselves there, that's fine. We can take a little bit of advantage of that as we play another blue source here by just foretelling our Epiphany. And that way they don't get to counter, they don't get to bounce with Divide by 0. And they don't have 4 mana. Next turn is the turn that I'm going to want to cast something so that they cannot Memory Deluge while holding up all those counter magic spells. So, okay, they did find another land. That's very important for them. And I have 2 options here. I can either go for letting them counter something that I cast this turn, or I can let them go for the Deluge. It's a little bit interesting either way. I think I kind of like leading off with Expressive Iteration. I think this probably is going to eat a counter. Okay, they're just gonna fire off the memory here in response. Interesting. So we're gonna go ahead and just power word. Oh, is this? No, this is not a dragon, right? This is, oh, it is. It's a dragon egg. Ah. I thought for sure I'd be able to fire off the power word kill on that. All right, let's put the hazard into my hand. Celestis on the bottom, and then we'll just cast Fading Hope this turn while playing the hazard as a tap land. We get to scry here, and I think we will just hold on to another Epiphany for sure. So they could go egg pass with counter open, of course. And I think this might be an okay turn to just go like double foretell. I don't think we want to run Celestis into known nonsense. Let's play this. I don't think we need double black in this deck, right? I think we'd rather run this out as red. And honestly, we're kind of just hoping to draw a land next turn. But yeah, I don't think I've played any slouches in bronze. Alright, they have a foretell of their own. Presumably the Sot coming. Another land off the top here for us. Alright, let's go ahead and go for Celestis this turn. Finally bait out a counter. It's possible I should have kept the other Celestis too, honestly. Alright, so they're going to hard cast a Sot coming. That's fine. I think the blue-red version, which they're playing, does have access to more than one Smoldering Egg, whereas this Grixis version is only running one. So yeah, I think we're going to pass here. That might just be an Epiphany that they have foretold. And then we're going to go for a Memory Deluge at the end of their turn, I think. Dissipate, oof, and that's an exile effect. Alright, well, we're sitting in a pretty bad spot now, I guess. Kind of feel like I probably just need to start running out Epiphanies, but they can divide by 0 the first, flip their egg, and then start going to town. I don't really have much of an option here, though. I'm just kind of far behind. This power word kill is so awkward. Yep. Extremely expected. Grabs a Mascot Exhibition. Sure. And that dragon's gonna kill me in quick fashion. Yeah. So go to 14, and they take another turn. I can't, obviously I can't win if they just have another Epiphany here. Hopefully they don't. Yeah, this is pretty bad for me. Man, this power word kill not being able to deal with the egg is the only reason this game is just so far out of control. 2, 4, 6, so they can go land. I mean, maybe their best play is Mascot Exhibition, and then maybe I have a small chance. But I can't beat any other counters, obviously. So, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we'll just cast it and hope they don't have anything. Because I can't beat it. Oh, do they have double Jwari? That's pretty funny if they do. Oh, they didn't. Okay. So maybe there's a very small chance I can actually win this. Unless they have 2 creature burn spells in their hand. Oh, so if they have another Dragonfire, I lose. Fair enough. That's totally what they have, don't they? 2 Dragonfires and a Jwari Disruption to finish me off. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, I don't think there was much I could do there. I actually just could not beat the dragon. Alright, Power Word Kill out. Burn down the house out. We definitely want to bring in Go Blanks and Duress. And Malevolent Hermits, I think. We can cut the... We can cut the Cinderclasm. The Pyre. I mean, they feel like a little bit more control than I am, sadly. I kind of want to keep the Bolt as it kills the egg, and it's another nice, like, silver bullet card to foretell. I don't think I need the command here. I guess the Fading Hopes are also kind of awkward. But at least they're a cheap way to get rid of the egg, or the dragon for that matter. Yeah, we can probably leave the command in. So what do I have for their egg then? Just actually not too many ways. I guess Soul Shatter could be okay here. I don't think we need Windfall. Alright. Well, we got some access to black cards that can hopefully ruin their day. But yeah, like, people were commenting on my mono green video that the player quality in bronze, or at least on the videos that I've been recording, have been pretty darn high, as we got a mulligan here to 6. Okay. I guess we'll keep and cross our fingers on this one. Five land iterations, probably going to be better than a random 5-er, my guess would be. And they have the egg again. Alright. Casual. Let's put the Celestis in our hand. Do I want to play the second hull, or do I want the black-red land here? I guess it seems very unlikely we're going to be activating double hulls. Let's get the land value. I'd probably counter a Prismari command if they just go for like a rummage and a treasure production. As expected. Okay, and they're still holding up their counter. That actually makes me more inclined to just pass, but I think we'll go Blue Source Celestis, and we can counter a Dissipate or a Saw It Coming if they have it. We're still going to have an issue with the Smoldering Egg, and if they have another Prismari command, they might just let this resolve, of course. But wow, is this deck just super cold to Smoldering Egg? Nassif, have you led me astray? They're gonna go for a divide by 0. Okay, go ahead and counter it. Their egg goes to 6 though, so I mean, they might just main phase flip, and yeah, not looking great. could have negate. Do I really have an option though? Could Lier and do what from my graveyard? Iteration. That's probably not good enough, huh? They could also have a Jwari Disruption, but... Alright. So I think I'm gonna main phase this. Go Blank's not terrible. I guess nor is Iteration. They're gonna pitch an island and a fading hope. Alright, so my guess is they probably have pretty awkward, but I think I'm gonna leave back my creatures because I think the last card they kept was a Epiphany, and that's gonna flip their dragon. Or they just have double dragon. Yikes, okay. Sure. I think we're just double I think we just go block here. Pretty brutal. Man, having burned down the house would actually be pretty good in this scenario, wouldn't it? Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm 1 mana short of copying the Alrund's Epiphany. But I'm actually dead on board if I don't do something because they have the Hall of the Storm Giants now too, so... Sad, but... I can't beat a counter here. Okay, they didn't have that at least. I guess I could Memory Deluge into my Blood Chief's Thirst to kill the egg. That is none of those things. Yikes. My guess is we're probably just going to be dead here next turn. Or at least very close to it. If they didn't draw anything, sure, maybe there's a small chance, but... I mean, I guess they would have to kill both birds for... Maybe. Maybe they don't draw anything. Alright, that's a good sign for us if they're just activating. We could actually pull this out still, although it seems kind of unlikely. It doesn't mean no good to hold up Hermit when they have literal 8 mana worth of treasure right there. Okay, wow, they didn't cast anything, so the Celestis triggers. Get to Rummage. Go ahead and pitch the excess Lier. So what do I want to copy? What do I want to Iteration? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 mana. I've used 2 of my Time Walks, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and Iteration first. And take a peek at 3. Okay, not bad. Let's put the Thirst in hand. Celestis Library. We'll play the land out. And then go Iteration and Thirst both of their gold spans. I think. I mean, maybe it's better to kill the egg. Oh, do they have a Test of Talents in their hand? Oh, I wonder if they have a Test of Talents. No, they would have countered my Epiphany a while ago, right? Let's definitely target one of the dragons. It might be best to just still kill the egg. Yeah, let's do that. I can't let the egg flip. They have so much mana. Celestis is going to trigger again because I cast more than 2 spells. So I'm going to get to loot, which is nice. There's my egg. Is that important to keep? Or keep the memory? I guess we can pitch the memory, that's fine. I do lose if they rip an Epiphany this turn. But we're putting them on having nothing, so... Alright, so hit me for 11. If they don't cast a spell, which they didn't last time, then Celestis is going to trigger again. We get another loot. This might be winnable. Okay. Gotta find another time walk. Go blink. Soul Shatter's actually pretty darn nice there too. Actually, I can get them really good here if they, if it's just like a Dragonfire in their hand. Alright, spells can't be countered. I don't think I can play these out as lands, can I? No. I guess I'm just gonna Thirst the Dragon. Actually, no. I'm gonna play Egg and pass. Holding up the Soul Shatter. I guess I should probably Soul Shatter to get rid of them having 10 mana worth of treasures, but let's go ahead and loot first. That's funny. All of these cards are actually in my graveyard, not in my hand. Ooh, I don't know why I did this on their turn. I gave them 10 mana worth of treasure to just double activate the Hall on their upkeep if they had seen the play. Slight mistake on my part. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get punished here. Wow, okay, whew! Some missequencing, but that worked out. So I probably need to bring in some more removal after all, huh? Power word kill, so awkward. Are these Mind Flayers supposed to be good versus them? They're just like so bad versus bounce effects and so bad versus removal. I'm guessing not. It could just be that Fading Hope as a cheap bounce is still correct, say over like Command. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot the backside of the Hermit makes it so non-creature spells can't be countered. Alright, this is interesting, but... Go game 3. I'm not gonna lie, when I first envisioned doing this series, I imagined breezing through the first couple ranks. But, yeah, again. No slouches right now in bronze, or at least not the ones I'm playing. Hidden MMR and all that. Blue-red versus the Grix. Would assume OP will choose to be on the play. How's my hand look? Pretty good. Enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands, so I guess I'm gonna go Haunted Ridge into Hall of Storm Giants to be able to do something on turn 2, whether that be holding up or casting out Hermit or whatever. See if they have the egg again. They don't. But that is a very juicy target for my hazard. So, I mean, if I played the Jwari Isle as a land there, the Hall was still going to enter tapped the following turn anyway. But just super important to make land drops here. Alright, for this turn, I'm going to go ahead and run out the Hermit and Isle tapped. Not a huge deal if they counter this. Sure, that's fine by me. And that might even end up pretty nicely if they run out of lands. Because these decks just really want to make their land drops. Alright, now's the decision point. I think the iteration is definitely what we're doing here. Again, I need to make a land drop, and if they counter this, it's gonna suck, but they might just let this resolve and try to save any counter magic they have for something more relevant. I don't think they have saw it coming. They probably would have foretold that. Wow! I don't know what that means. Maybe they just flooded out or something, but that was really, well, it was. The first 2 games were really good, but okay. Maybe they just had to go or something, because felt like there was still a lot of play in that, but yeah. Sure, I guess I'll take the win. Let's go play again. Good old Nassif Grixis Epiphany. And I don't, I say this is Nassif, because this is the deck list he's using, but like I mentioned earlier, there are other people on very similar, if not identical lists. So we've made it to silver. Let's go ahead and play first. Great looking hand. All of our mana, some extra value here, and if they're playing a creature deck, we actually have a few ways to deal with that. Let's go ahead and lead with the Haunted Ridge turn 1, and then play the Pathway turn 2 on blue. Played a red-green land. We might actually be playing against a creature deck for once. Yeah, we are. The Brazen. We'll go ahead and, I think, hazard that right now, and then go iteration next turn. One of them into my hand. Let's put the Epiphany into my hand, the Deluge on the bottom, and the Marsh will be the play. Well, I'm actually really happy we get to play against a creature deck finally, just because we've been playing against so many other control type decks. Okay. Mountain. I guess I'll foretell here. Holding up blue and red, good. Reckless Stormseeker. Sure. Let's make sure we hold control. We gain life. And let's go ahead. I think I'm happy to power word kill that. Take 2, go to 18. We might be playing this hazard out as a land. Nope, okay, we don't need to. So I can go iteration into double hazard if I want. Or iteration into double fading hope if I want to. No pre-combat, so I think we'll just take 2 and see what they end up doing then. No place. 4 cards in hand, 4 mana. I mean, it makes sense they didn't activate Lair. Right. I don't think I'm in a super rush here and we're not taking too much damage. Smashing tapped. Yep, I'm fine to take another 2. Happy with that. Good draw. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'm gonna play the cave here as a land, and I can set up for iteration into double epiphany. And up the bugbear now. Three, 3. Yeah, okay, so we'll let them attack. And then I think I'm just going to Fading Hope the Lair since they played out their Den of the Bugbear already this turn. 2, 4, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't need the land. And I don't think... I think we saved the Prismari command for like a Seeka's Chariot to blow up an artifact. Oh, wow. Now I could go Egg into Epiphany, but I think taking the double turn is just going to be a little bit better here overall. So I need 3 blue. I do have 3 blue. We have 4 black, 4 red already, so let's play this on black. Iteration Epiphany, make 4 birds, take 2 turns. And the turns do stack. And this is just going to be game over now. Go Egg. Go... We're not going to iteration again. Galvanic. And... Bottom. Play. Land. Deluge. That in hand, that in hand. Attack for 4, and still have 1 more turn. Okay, now we want to flip the egg for cheap, so let's loot and make a treasure. Wait, I still have 1 more turn, don't I? No, maybe I don't. This is the second turn, okay. Wait, are they just dead here? 4, 8, 9, 10, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, not quite. But I guess we could loot into something, because I can double spell with the Galvanic, but... One Lier, 1 Hall. Egg flips, 2, 4, 6, 7 mana. Guess we'll just play land Lier and hold up a bunch of spells from our graveyard. Yeah, I don't think I had the kill this turn, but it was very close. And I mean, the opponent's working with potentially just 5 land. Oh, a blue source. Now, that could just be a bait. I've seen a lot of these type of decks that run the pathways, and they have only access to blue in the sideboard, like Disdainful Strokes and that type of thing. That does 3 damage. Okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter here. They're just very, very dead. Alright, well, this deck seems to beat up on aggressive decks, or creature-based decks, that's for sure. Let's bring in the kill. I don't think this is the matchup for Cyclone Summoner. Mind Flayer could be okay here. In fact, am I just bringing in the second Power Word kill? And maybe cutting Duresses? Yeah, and then just bring in like the Soul Shatter. That feels right? Sure. I wonder if this deck should have more commands in it. Although I guess we've ran into very few Chariot decks the last couple days. No red, but this does feel like a keep. We do have an early scry with the Fading Hope, hopefully. And any red source does open up a bunch of spells for us, so let's give it a shot. And, yeah, let's dig for a red source. I would like to keep Epiphany, but sadly that is not in the cards. Oh, this is kind of awkward. I want to play this on blue because we need much more blue, but I guess it's okay to run it on black here. Because this is going to hold up Power Word kill at the end of the turn, and then hopefully I can draw a red source to unlock some other stuff. Okay, they're missing lands, so hopefully this is the time to push. There's our red, perfect. Go and just play out the Marsh, foretell the Epiphany. Oh, and they're just gonna concede. Alright, I mean, they miss lands, so that's something that happens in Magic, of course. Can't help that. But yeah, looks like this deck just wants to prey on the creature decks. In fact, I want to play against the mono green deck with this deck. That would be a good indicator of potentially things that could happen during the World Champs. Let me double check the World's deck lists, because again, there is not too much variation. There's a bunch of Epiphany decks. There's a bunch of mono green aggro decks. And then it looks like there are 2 mono white decks. So yeah, not too much actual variation, but like I said, this is a completely inbred event, so. We're on the draw, and we have blue-red with iteration, so this is a keeper. This could be a mirror match of sorts. Yeah, looks like we are gonna be playing another mirror. Let's go ahead and foretell our bolt. Iteration. Let's put the command into our hand, the hope on the bottom, and we will play the River Glide on blue. One of Prismari command here, gonna be nice to try to blow up the Celestis. Oh, another Celestis. Interesting choice. They might not know that it's legendary if they play a second. Okay, no. Just more foretelling. So, This is the turn that I'm just gonna fire off the destroy target artifact. And the question is, do I want to loot here, or do I want to make a treasure? I think this is just looting very easily, right? We have a dead Bloodchief's Thirst, a dead Fading Hope, so... Kill an artifact and loot. I'm going to loot. I'm going to kill that artifact. Cinderclasm even worse than Fading Hope. We'll keep the Thirst, I suppose. Get this out on red, say go. Bad news. This deck doesn't run much counter magic. I'm assuming they're on a very, very close to identical list. So, odds are those are both epiphanies, which my hand cannot really beat right now. Here comes Memory Deluge, end of turn. Yeah, that's gonna... They're just too far ahead, it feels like. Yep. Discard Cinderclasm, Fading Hope of their own, of course, because they're just dead cards. And here comes the first of Epiphanies. Yep. Just debating here if I want to shoot a bird, and I guess I might as well. Not really doing anything else with that. The only reason I would keep the Demon Bolt is because it would make them think that maybe I have an epiphany, but... Well, in the mirror, the person who draws all the epiphanies is probably going to win. They need a land to activate the Hall of Storm Giants this turn. I'm just going to go with Egg. Okay. So, I mean, we're not in the worst shape. They do have the Hall, which is going to beat me. But I get to burn down the house here. That's fine. I don't really care if they bounce their egg. It's kept on top, so presumably it's going to be a land for that Hall of Giants. We're looking pretty bad, though. Could also be Memory. There's a lot of cards that they would keep in this scenario. Yeah, it might be Memory Deluge. Okay. I don't mind that necessarily. I guess we're still in the game, actually. They kind of drew a lot of blank. Could be surprisingly good. My guess, though, is the Hall of Storm Giants is probably just going to end my day, because I didn't draw anything, really. Unless they go for double spell here. Yeah. Oh, that's right! Copying Memory Deluge is not good, because they didn't spend any mana to play the copy. Oh! Right. Nice. Alright, maybe we can claw our way back into this. And they just conceded! Oh, the early scoops! The early salty scoops. Alright, 4 Hermits in, 1 Duress in, 2 Goblank in. That's funny. So yeah, we're gonna assume this is a card for card mirror match. Take out the burn, take out the bolt, take out the pyre. I mean, like, Cinderclasm isn't terrible in theory versus Epiphanies, but then again, if they've cast Epiphanies, you're probably losing that game anyways. Power Word Kill, actually pretty bad, except for versus the Hall of Storm Giants, so I guess I can leave it in for that matter. Or for that card, but... I guess Thirst can come out, and I'll cut 2 of the Fading Hopes. The Fading Hope is okay, because it can reset their egg, as well as bouncing the Hall of Storm Giants, since you only have to pay 3 for the ward on that, so 4 mana to bounce a Hall of Storm Giants isn't like the worst thing to do. Okay. Go to game 2. I mean, they resolved, what, 2 or 3 Epiphanies in a row, so I did not see myself winning that one. This is pretty close to a keep if it's not. I'm on the draw. I think I'm going to go ahead and risk it. Might just be foretelling here, turn 1. I guess I want to run out the Hermit. Double egg. Okay. Drawing a land here is huge. Okay, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take it. Let's go ahead and foretell and pass. Nice, found another land. I'm gonna lead off with Duress, and then probably play Celestis after. Could have also played Celestis first, since I do have the Malevolent Hermit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna counter that memory. I'm getting punished here for not running out Celestis first, though. They have 2 Liers. Oh, they can't even cast them? We really need them to not draw 3 mana instant or sorcery next turn. I think even though I played a land, I'm going to go ahead and Iteration. And hopefully just put a land in my hand. Okay. We'll just exile the random spike field hazard, that's fine. Oh, whoops, I did it in the wrong order, but whatever. Their Hall of Storm Giants is tapped, so they're not going to be able to cast a Lier this turn. No. Wait, how did they... Oh, it's a marsh. Oh, they drew an untapped land. Boo, I see. Alright. Celestis, land, Malevolent. But now they're going to flip both of their eggs, and yeah. Because now they can just pay 4 for the Memory Deluge in their graveyard. Brutal. So I'm going to take 11 here. Oh, God. Them drawing that untapped land just completely warped the game. Well, it's memory and then probably concede. Yeah. Alright, double dragon there was too good. I guess I do need to bring in the Thirst back in and maybe the Soul Shatter after all, huh? Maybe better than the Fading Hope. And I guess the Bolt actually should stay in the deck too. That was probably a mistake of me to cut that. Since it can kill both Lier and the dragons. Alright, that might have been a loss because of sideboarding and not because of necessarily the draw. Let's go to game 3. Tough, though. Man, it's going to take a long time to get to Mythic if matches are this grindy. We just want to play against creatures. Turn 1 Forest and like this deck's jumping for joy. Alright, that seems like a reasonable enough hand. Turn 2 we can play the Egg. Turn 3 we can foretell the Epiphany. Turn 4 we can hold up Deluge. So now we'll be the one with the aggro egg. Quote unquote aggro egg. Second Lier was not a good draw though. That was one of the worst possible draws. That's a good draw. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it now. Because next turn if I draw a land, I want to be casting Memory Deluge. Alright, nice. So actually their hand is terrible. We get to snag the Celestis here. Oh yeah. This is really important that I draw an untapped land next turn for memory. Very, very important. Alright. Bottomed whatever that was. They do a foretell card, that's fine. Untap land, let's go. Beautiful. Oh yeah. Go ahead and play that on red, and I'm just gonna hard cast the memory right now when we know they don't have anything. And I think this might just be land. Yeah, for sure. Lands are so important in this type of matchup. You just want to make your land drops every single turn. And I'm just gonna slam the Lier. Looks like they have potentially double Epiphany lined up for themselves, but since I'm on the play, I'm gonna get first action at it. Oh, that's fine. I'm actually happy. I'm actually happy that one of them was Bolt there. Okay, let's play this and duress them. Awesome. All right, we are smashing them right now. They might just have to do a desperate land Epiphany and hope to draw something the next turn. Nothing. Oh. I guess if they're gonna do that, I don't need to Epiphany yet. In fact, I'd rather get the egg online first. Pretty good. Let's put the Hermit in my hand, land on bottom, and let's go blink their face away. Sure. So remember, spells can't be countered right now because of Lier. So discard the land and the Spike Field Hazard we knew about. Yep, as expected, this is the Desperation Time Walk. Wouldn't be surprised to see a scoop here pretty soon. No, I'm just way too far ahead. Spells can't be countered, so that doesn't matter. So let's lead off with Iteration. Flip our egg. If they attempt to counter this with Hermit, I just don't pay. Iteration in hand. We want the untapped land here. Oh! I did it again. Whoops. I meant to put that on the bottom. I need to pay attention to that. It's alright, we still had another untapped land in our hand. They can sack the Hermit. I just don't have to pay. Alright, yeah. And that's game. Alright, very nice. So yeah, maybe this Grixis deck is the real deal. Now, I am slogging through the bottom tiers of the ladder, but I don't think any of my opponents have been slouches by any means, so... Might be due to the MMR matchmaking, but hasn't felt like anybody's made some like terribly egregious plays. But yeah, this was a look at Gabriel Nassif's World Championships decks. This is currently being played, actually, and like I mentioned before, a lot of players brought an Epiphany deck, either Grixis or straight up blue-red, but this deck is the real deal. Alrund's Epiphany is no joke, and a deck like this really good versus any creature-based meta. Now, this deck list is going to change, of course, over time. There's a bunch of one-ofs that you can see here, and that's because of the 16-person event for Worlds. So it's just much harder for them to play around, your opponents to play around individual cards because everybody knows the deck lists. But in a ladder environment, if you're going to take this deck on the arena ladder, you probably want to make some changes, right? Because this is for a very specific tournament, as opposed to just playing versus everybody. I don't know what those specific changes would be right now, but that's why you see so many one-ofs, if you're wondering. Anyways, this is a look at, again, Gabriel Nassif's Grixis Epiphany deck that he'll be playing at the World Championships. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will continue this series for the foreseeable future. So next up, we're probably going to play the Mono White. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, catch me live on twitch.tv/NumotTheNummy. I'll see y'all later.